Let me ask you this. What you think is the real 7th day of the week now? I said, what you think is the real 7th day of the week? Or what you think is really supposed to be called?
What do I think it's really supposed to be called?
Yeah, because it's something in your mind made you like, hey, this is what man made. So surely this is the reason why you said that.
The reason I say that is because I wasn't there. I wasn't there.
You wasn't there, okay. I mean, bro, we wasn't there when we built these cars. We wasn't there when they decided that our gas could run off a car, could run off of gasoline. Like, we wasn't there for a lot of stuff, but we do it to this day. Huh? Come on, bro. Come on. But you know what's crazy about that? It's only the Bible that people be like, oh, I wasn't there for that. I wasn't there for that. But we celebrate things like Christmas, New Year's. You see what I'm saying? Halloween. We wasn't there when they started that stuff, but we celebrated. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing, bro. That's what I'm trying to point out to you. Ain't trying to put you down, bro. But I'm just pointing that out to you because our people, when it comes to the scriptures, a lot of times, like, I wasn't there when they wrote that book. I wasn't there when they did this and that. But we celebrate Christmas like it was always meant for us to celebrate it. That's not the case.
Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? Thanksgiving. We wasn't there at the first Thanksgiving, but we still get around the table, bring out the stuffing, the gravy, the turkey, all that stuff. Even though it's against God, but we still do it. Even though I don't know the history behind it. I don't know why they did it. I'm just saying, bro. Check that thought out, bro. Check that flyer out. Check that flyer out, man. Big bro, what's going on? Bro, man, tell them come on over. They say you want to know about the Sabbath. Check it out, bro. Read this.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day. Keep it holy.
So, my brother, man. So Nehemiah, tell them come over. My brother. According to the scriptures, today is the Sabbath day. Just 2 minutes, bro. 2 minutes. Bro, you got enough time to get that drink, bro? 2 minutes. 2 minutes to learn about God. You understand? Bro, why people be acting like, why people be fronting, bro? Why people act like we that damn busy? Stop, bro. I was a nigga. Saturdays, I wasn't doing nothing. I was at the house. I was playing the game. I was doing nothing. Come on, bro. Check it out, bro. We probably watching college football, some BS. So, check it out, bro.
The New Year's January.
You said New Year's January. Okay.
They asked me that. I don't.
You said you don't know.
I don't celebrate 4th of July though.
You said okay. I feel that. Because it's not really our independence.
Yeah.
Now, so what's your thought on January 1st? Is that really the start of the year? Or what you think? You said that's what they say. Hey, they say a lot of things. All right, let's see what the Bible says. Give me that in Exodus chapter 12. Exodus chapter 12. Then we'll touch on the Sabbath too, because that's something that happens every week. But we'll start with New Year's because this just happened. Because you gotta think about it too. Our people do a lot of things that we just told. Oh, this is the first day of the month or the first day of the year, so we popped up the firecrackers. It's another year, 2025. We'll see what the Bible says. 12. We start at verse 1.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt.
So now, the history of what's going on, the Israelites they just left Egypt, and the Lord is speaking to Moses. He's about to tell him something important. Read.
Saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
So now, somebody reading that could be like, oh, well, he's talking about January. Let's see. Hold where you are right there. Go to Deuteronomy 16. Deuteronomy 16 verse 1, but make sure you hold that place. Because in that chapter, if you read that chapter, not only does he go into this month is the beginning of your months, but he also mentions that on the 14th day of this first month is the Passover. That's an important key. It's something about Passover, because what you start to understand when you read the scriptures is that a lot of these holidays correlate with a season. You understand? So Passover typically came between March, what we call March today, and April. But according to the scriptures, that's the first day of the week. You see what I'm saying? Do what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 verse 1. Observe the month of Abib.
So Abib. Now we're given a name for this month. The name of this month is called Abib. That's the first month in the Hebrew calendar. You understand? Read.
And keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God.
So now the first month of the year we keeping Passover. So that lets you know the first month of the year truly came in the spring. For example, if you just look up the word Abib, that word means ear of corn. Why is it called that? Because in the spring, that's when your crops start to grow again. So your corn starts to grow, whatever you plant starts to grow. You see what I'm saying? So now, let's jump back to 12 and we'll finish it out.
Exodus chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of the months.
So now, again, according to the Hebrew calendar, that month will be called Abib. Read.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
Read.
Speak ye unto all congregations.
So now, God just established he just established to Moses what the first month. If you notice, he said it shall be the first month of the year to you. Why? Because before Moses and all his people was following Egypt. Egypt had a 10-week, had 3 weeks in a month, 10 days. You understand? Egypt moved contrary to God. You understand? So now God's teaching them this is the real first month of the year. You understand? So now, give me Daniel chapter 7. Is it 7:25? 7:25 about changing times. Because now we gotta touch on, according to the scriptures, Passover fell on the first month of the year, and we just learned that the first month of the year is called Abib. And according, if you look up Abib, when does Abib fall? Google even tell you Abib typically falls between March and April. You understand? For example, too, if you look at a lot of our the names of our months starting at, I want to say like September, it means the first part of it means Sep, that's 9 or 8, and then 7, right, 7, and then you got October, that means 8. November, that's 9, December, 10. You see what I'm saying? But those months, the correlation of those months, September is the 9th month of the year. But why is it called the 7th? You see what I'm saying? Let's get scripture. Read.
Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
So now it says that he's talking about the white man. He is going to speak great words against the Most High. How's the white man did that? He's the one that decided, instead of what God said the first month of the year, he said, damn that, the first month of the year is going to be January 1st. And I'm going to have all his people celebrating. You see what I'm saying? That's him speaking great words against the Most High.
Right.
Read.
And shall wear out the saint of the Most High.
And how he do that? He wear us out through slavery. You understand? When our forefathers was getting their backs beat in, learning his different doctrines, what we got out here? Learning Christianity, baptism, Pentecostal, learning his different doctrines, he was wearing our people out. You understand? He broke the culture out of our people. That's why today we're so comfortable. We talked to the other brother, and he was asking like, okay, if you don't know the reason why certain scriptures in here, but you celebrate things like Christmas, New Year's, we wasn't there when that stuff established, but we do it anyway. Why? Because it was beating it to us. You understand? The slave masters made us keep Christmas, so our forefathers what? They continued it. You see what I'm saying? Read.
And think to change time and law.
And they do what?
Think to change time and law.
So now, the white man pride is so high that he would think to change time and law. For example, time. Around when the fall starts, you have what? You fall back an hour in time, correct? Spring comes, it says spring for the hour. I forget what it's called. Daylight savings, that's what it's called. Daylight savings, that's an example of the white man changing times. And then, read again, changing what?
And think to change time and laws.
Change times and laws. So different things out of this Bible, for example, the first day of the month, when the Lord was actually born, things like that, the white man has decided, I'm going to be the one to step in and say, this is first month. Christmas Day is when Christ was born. We read the Bible, that wasn't the case. You see what I'm saying? The white man has been teaching us totally against God. You understand? That's why people are so far from the Lord today.
What club was that at?
Admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
With the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again, 31.
Let me ask you this. You grew up going to church with your families? Oh, you grew up, what, Baptist, Pentecostal, Baptist? Okay, me too. I grew up Baptist. So now, the Baptist church usually opens up when for service? What day? Sunday. On Sundays, they open up for Sunday worship. Now, do you think Sunday worship is biblical?
Yeah, it's the rest day.
You said it's the rest day. That's what they teach. Okay, let's see what the Bible says. Let's see what the scriptures say. Read what you got.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
You with power, man. You leave out. You with power.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
So now the scripture says to remember the Sabbath day. Out of all the 10 commandments, that's the only one that says to remember. Why? Because when God's people got war out, guess what they did? They forgot when the Sabbath day was. For example, a lot of you look, take a look at this now. These at the top, these white men and this white woman right here, they're the founders of a lot of the denominations that we keep today. So you say use Baptist. Baptism or the Baptist doctrine was created by this man named John Smith. You understand? In 1608. Let me ask you this: what was the black man at in America? In that time frame, 1608, what was the black man in America at? What was his condition? He was a slave. He's a slave. So now, how in the hell, if you were slaves when this doctrine came out, how in the hell so many black people here in the South are Baptists? I need somebody to explain that, bro. Think about it, cause look, the time period this man is born in, you know damn well he's racist. You know damn well he hated niggas. He's okay with us being slaves. So now, I gotta ask, how the hell was black men today? We out here falling out in the church, running up and down the pews, clapping our hands from the doctrine that we got from him. How? What can they say? How, Sway? How, bro? It's because of slavery, bro. It's because of slavery. We learned, we took on whatever our master was. If he was Pentecostal, he was Pentecostal. If he was whatever he was, that's what he was. You understand? If his Sabbath day was Sunday, our Sabbath day was Sunday. You look in a lot of whether it's documentaries or whatever you look at, whatever sources you look at. Now since I 10, the slaves worked from Monday to Sunday. I mean Monday to Saturday, and Sunday was the day they got off. You understand? That's the day they would go to church. They would read out the Negro Bible and teach them out the Negro Bible. You understand? That's where we learned the Sunday church from. You understand? Read that again.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.